And we are live. Hello, everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Fluency Fundamentals class. This is a class that deals with or helps you learn the basic vocabulary you need for different topics. You don't have to be a beginner to be in the class. What I mean is we're going to cover all of the vocabulary you need to talk about something important. And the important topic today is the 5 senses plus a 6. Everything's backwards on my screen. I don't know where to put my hands. Plus a 6th sense. Ooh, what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is you'll find out in just a second, actually. there's sight. There's taste, hearing, sight, smell, and touch. But wait. What about mind reading, levitation, talking with ghosts, vampires, and UFOs? In this lesson, we'll learn keywords about the 5 basic senses, and we'll also have lots of fun exploring the 6th, the mental sense. You'll see what I mean. You will learn a massive amount of vocabulary to describe how things taste, look, smell, sound, and feel. And much, much more in many other dimensions. So all of that and more coming up in just a moment. First, I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you from Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on the link in the Verbling chat window, you will go to my profile page where you can click follow. You'll see all my upcoming group classes, and you can schedule a private tutoring session with me or package. I will create a personalized learning plan to help you get to your specific goals as soon as possible. So if you're interested, send me a message in the message window, and I will find time for you, or try to find time for you in my schedule as best I can. All right, let's get started. I'm going to give you a link to the material. Let's see here in the chat window. Okay, you can open that link. And as well, I will share my screen so you can see what we're doing. There we go. The 6 senses. Okay. So, as soon as you're ready, come on in and we will get started. We have lots and lots of vocabulary to learn and lots of activities where we can practice it. So, come on in and we will get started. By the way, to come in, you just need to click the green join button and you will come into the classroom. Okay? Just a word about these classes. It's very difficult for us to get classes which are only beginner and only intermediate because we have lots of students. So what I try to do is to create a class that would be helpful for different levels. So this is an intermediate class, but I think you could enter as an advanced beginner. I think you'd do okay. And I think that if you were advanced, at an advanced level, it would still be useful because you could revise some of your vocabulary. So we could focus on different skills, including refreshing your memory about some of the vocabulary for each of these areas. So there's different ways to approach the class. If you're a lower level, you'll be learning new words, and I'll try to focus on teaching them to you. If you're a higher level, we can focus on accuracy, like pronunciation, like how appropriate certain words are, that kind of thing. Okay? And in fact, while I'm waiting for you to come in, I will give you a quick preview. After we spend a period of time learning, usually about 10 to 15 minutes, we then apply it through different activities and exercises, and we end up with a speaking task at the very end. So take a quick, oh, wait, hold on. I don't think that's right. Ooh, wait a second. Let me change the page here. Give me just a second. Because I see my slides are slightly out of order. Give me just a second to fix that. So what you're going to see is we're going to do a slide on each of the different senses first, and we're going to learn a variety of vocabulary words to cover each of the 5 senses. Then we're going to move on to the 6th and see what that means. In fact, there's a way we can talk about it, which is not as controversial as it may sound. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Let me just change the order of the slides because I see there's a mistake there. You'll see it in just a second. Okay, so let's take a quick preview while I'm waiting. Nope. Let me refresh the page. There you go. So we're going to start off like this. I'll give you a set of vocabulary words, okay? And we're going to first try to categorize them. It doesn't mean you have to know them. You might be learning them. But first, we're going to try to see if we can sort them in different ways, like you see here. Afterwards, we're going to try to put them, give you a little background, some explanation, and then we'll try to put them into different categories, like this, and see if you're right. Afterwards, you'll get the answers. Okay? Answers are here. And then we'll do the same for a different set of words. Oh, give me a second here. Sight. Yep. So the first one was yep. Now I'm going to actually change the order of that because I think we're still missing something. Okay, so whenever you're ready, come on in and we will get started. Ah, there we go. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks.
Where's everyone else, Sylvia?
Sleeping maybe, as me the previous hour.
Oh, I see.
Or in holiday, or sleeping on a beach.
Maybe sleeping on the beach. Okay. Well, since you're here, we're going to learn something. Give Give me just a second, because I have to make a change to one of the slides. I just realized some of my slides are in the wrong order. Give me just a second. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, look at that. There's someone else. Oh, now we got 2 people. Now we can get started. I was just about to leave the classroom. I was just about to give up. So, we're going to learn a little bit, then we're going to apply, then we're going to speak. Are you ready to learn, apply, and speak?
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready? Yeah?
Yes.
Maybe we'll even reflect later. Maybe. Let's learn here. Below, you have a group of words. Based on what you think you know, decide whether these words mean long, short, or in between. These are all sight words. Okay? So listen and repeat first. Witness.
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 There you go. To see.
To see.
See. Gaze.
Gaze.
Glance.
Glance.
Good. Notice.
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 Stare.
Stare.
There.
Observe.
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 Good. Notice the Z. Observe.
Observe.
That's it. So I know it looks like serve, but it's not serve. Observe with a Z. Observe. Okay?
Observe.
Good. Glimpse.
Glimpse.
Good. And peer.
Peer.
Okay. So the first step is to see whether these mean a long, a short, or an in-between amount of time when you see something. Okay, so let's pick a word and tell me where you think it goes. Let's start with something easy. How about gaze, if you know that word? Because that one's pretty clear. What do you think, Sylvia? Is gaze a long look, a short look, or an in-between look? What do you think?
Between.
In between. Can you use it in a sentence? What would you gaze at? What might you gaze at?
I don't. Is it a window gaze?
It's a verb. These are all verbs.
Okay.
So these are all ways of seeing.
So when you look with attention.
When you look with attention, you gaze. So is it long, short, or in between?
Short?
You look with attention in a short way?
No, long.
Long. Yeah,
Really
yeah.
long.
That's it. Really long.
Okay.
The sexy football player took off his shirt and Sylvia gazed at him for hours. Right?
Yes.
Gaze is a long look. A long look. Okay. Let's pick another one. Obviously, the word see is just the sense of seeing. So you can see is not long, short, or in between. It's just the thing that your eyes do. So you can't really categorize see. Jose, what about glance?
Glance. Glance. The mean is it is a short look.
It is. Glance is a quick glance. To look without being noticed, right? So remember the sexy football player? Maybe he glanced back at Sylvia. Just long enough to let her know that he noticed she was gazing at him. I don't know why I'm picking on you, Sylvia. I have no idea.
They are no, what? Observe with me. It's better.
Maybe. Observing. Okay, well, what is observing? Is that long, short, or in between?
Long.
Probably. If you observe, you take in lots of details. Okay? Jose, what about look at stare? What do you think that is? Long or short?
There, I think stare is long.
It is. Why are those people
It is
staring at me?
a long look.
A long look. Those people were staring at me. I became nervous. Why are they staring? Okay, good. And what about Sylvia? What about glimpse?
It's short.
Sure. We often say to
Yeah.
catch a glimpse of something. A quick, fragmentary, transitory look. And finally, we have peer. Well, we have notice as well, but peer. To peer at someone or something.
Appear.
What do you think? Remember, these are guesses, so we're going to find out for real in a moment. But what's your guess?
The meaning is look with difficulty of someone.
Could be, yeah. Like you're trying to figure something out. Yeah, could be. So would that be long or short?
Could be short or long, no?
Well,
No, so short.
I don't
Because
know.
if you see the people with difficulty, you don't see properly.
Right, but if you can't see properly, you're going to try to
Yes.
focus
Long,
your eyes.
long.
Right. So it probably has more to do with long. And peering is not only with difficulty, actually. Not only. Okay, you've got the basic idea with these words. Let's see if you can... oh, wait. So are my slides still in the wrong order? Give me a second here. Let me refresh the page, because I think the order is still wrong. Give me just a second. Yeah, they were in the wrong order. Sorry. Oh, I jumped ahead a slide. Let me go back for a second. This was the first slide we were supposed to see, but I accidentally skipped it. Okay. There are five senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. What is sometimes referred to as a sixth sense is a power to be aware of things independently of the five physical senses, a kind of supernatural sense. The five basic verbs referring to the senses are modified by an adjective rather than an adverb. Okay? So, before we get to the sight words, let's take a step back and look at all the verbs. So, the senses are sight. The senses are sight and hearing, but the verbs are look and sound. How something looks, how something sounds. The senses are taste and touch, but the verbs, the actions, are taste is the same, and feel. Notice the difference. The sense is smell, and the action is to smell. So those are the same. Taste and smell are the same. Okay, which sounds best with these adverbs? He blank dreadful.
He looks dreadful.
I think it's the best answer, yeah. You could say he smells dreadful. For some reason, that doesn't sound like the best answer. Yeah, he looks dreadful is something that we might say if someone looks unhealthy. Okay, very good. The trip blank marvelous. What do you think, Sylvia?
The trip looks marvelous.
Looks marvelous? Think about the
Yes.
context. Think about the context. Would someone be showing you a picture of a trip? Probably not. Would someone be describing a trip?
Describing.
So, if you're describing something, you're using your hearing, right? See what I mean?
If you use your hearing,
Sound.
Yeah.
sounds.
So say that sentence for me, Sylvia.
The trip sounds marvelous. Marvelous.
Sound or sounds?
Sounds.
With an S. Yeah.
With S.
There you go. Okay. What about the cake, Jose?
The cake tastes good.
Right. What about that strange thing, Sylvia? The next line.
Taste, strange. It looks strange.
It could be taste, it could be look. Strange can fit with just about anything. And it could also, what about if it was touch, Sylvia? What about if it was touch?
Yes, maybe it's something. Yes, also taste.
What
That's
if
right.
it was touch?
If you are eating something,
Uh-huh.
touch.
What? Yeah. What would we
Taste.
say? What would we say if it was touch? If the sense was touch? It what?
Touch strange.
Touch? No.
Touches.
Nope.
Touches.
No. Look at the words in the colors. Which one matches with touch, Sylvia? Look at the color words.
Yes, I'm looking there. Look, I think.
Look matches with touch,
No.
or look matches with sight?
Oh, you're confusing me now. Feel? No, I don't know. So, what you say? So I know that I have 5 cents.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah. So, sight matches with the verb to look. Hearing matches with the verb to sound.
Sound. Okay.
Taste matches with to taste. Touch matches with to... Sylvia?
Look, touch. No, taste. No.
But
I don't know. So.
But you don't know because you're not looking at the colored words at the bottom of the page. What do you see at the bottom of the page?
Sound, look, feel,
Mhm.
taste, smell.
Good.
So touch is something. It's not taste, but it's something that you can catch.
Something that you feel, Sylvia. Feel. So in that answer, it, what's the past tense? It
Felt.
Exactly. It felt strange. So I just wanted you to see the difference between the sense, which is touch, and the action, which is feel. Just that. Just see the difference. Clear? Not clear? Questions?
Okay.
How does a silk shirt feel, Sylvia? How does a silk shirt feel? You know those expensive shirts made of silk?
No. No.
Uh-oh. Never mind.
Can you write it?
Silk? Yeah. A silk shirt feels... Take a look in the chat window. A silk shirt feels... Jose, how would you feel? Yeah.
It's something really shining, and because it's silk.
Because it's silk? Yeah. But how does it feel? To the fingers, how does it feel? Does it feel rough?
No, the opposite.
What's the opposite of rough?
Soft.
Yeah.
Smooth?
Smooth. Yeah, the opposite of rough.
Smooth.
A silk shirt feels smooth. Just like you could say it felt strange, it felt smooth. Okay? And what about the soup? Last one.
The soup smelled delicious.
Or?
Taste. Delicious.
Tastes. With an S.
Taste.
Good.
Delicious.
Good. That's it. Okay? So, just keep this in mind. The sense is touch. How do you know the difference between the sense and the action? It's easy. Your senses cannot be turned off. You're always seeing, you're always hearing, you're always touching. But the actions can be turned off. In other words, you can do them by choice. I choose to look. I don't choose to see, I just see. My eyes work, so I see. I don't choose to smell. Do you see what I mean? I don't choose to smell. Remember, smell has 2 different meanings here. There's like smell like you smell bad and smell like I'm using my nose. I don't choose to smell, right? But the action of smelling is like I smell a flower. That I choose to do. So the only difficult ones here are taste and smell have the same word for the sense, the noun, and the action. which is a verb. The others have different verbs, so they're easier to understand. All right, but you'll get the hang of this in a second. Give me a minute. Let's practice. Oh, sorry. I put the answers on the next page. Okay. Okay, back to this. We sorted this list between long, short, and in between. Let's use those to see if we can fill in this little paragraph. Okay, we're missing lots of words, so I'm not saying this is going to be super easy, but let's see what we can do. You have to make an educated guess. Okay? So Sylvia, think about how you might look out of a window for the first one. Look at the verbs below. And yesterday I blank out of a window and blank a man, blank a house opposite through a telescope. So picture that scenario in your head. There's a window, you've got a telescope. Okay? So what word do you think goes first?
I glance out of the window.
Okay, very good. So yesterday, are you saying glance or are you saying, which tense are you using, the past or present?
Past, glance.
Glance.
Past. It's simple past.
I know, but your pronunciation. Glanced.
Glanced.
Good. Okay, that's absolutely right. Yesterday, keep going. You do those three. Do the first sentence. Yesterday.
Out of the window, and I notice a man.
Not I noticed, just noticed.
Notice.
You don't need to say I because you already said it. Yesterday, I. Right? Okay. So yesterday, I glanced out of a window and noticed a man.
Notice.
Good. Can you get the third one too?
Observing.
Very good. Excellent. Observing
a house opposite through a telescope.
Excellent. That is, I think that you are 100% right. I'm going to put that answer in the chat window. Okay? So let's assume she's right, Jose. Can you continue the story?
Okay. I thought
Now you got to remember, is this a long look or a short look?
Short look.
Yeah.
Short look. I glimpsed.
Good.
A woman inside the house. Then
Well, actually, let's stop there for a second. So you said I glimpsed a woman.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. I glimpsed a woman inside the house. Then I
blank someone else.
Then I saw someone else.
Okay.
I saw someone else.
Doing something into the window.
Peer into the window of the same house. Peer, long look.
Very good. Now, just be careful of the verb tense. I saw peering, right?
Peering
into the window of the same house. Okay, good. I'll put that in the chat window. Good. Okay, we're back to you, Sylvia. By the way, let's assume that all these answers are correct. So if you need to, look at the chat window and just follow the story, and it'll help you. Yesterday, I glanced out of the window and noticed a man observing a house opposite. That means on the other side of the street. I thought I glimpsed a woman inside the house. Then I saw someone else peering into the window of the same house. Sylvia? Very good. Now, be careful of the verb tense.
Past.
Gazed.
At them, wondering what.
I want to hear the verb tense. I gazed.
I gazed.
Good.
I gazed at them, wondering what they were doing. Suddenly, the first man stopped
Suddenly, okay.
observing through his telescope.
Suddenly, the first man stopped observing. You said observing. Careful with the pronunciation. Observing.
Observing.
Okay. Through his telescope, right? Telescope.
Yes.
Okay. There's only one little problem with that. Small problem, which is, I'll put that answer in the chat window first, which is some words are transitive, some verbs are transitive, and some verbs are intransitive. Here's the difference. If a verb is transitive, it requires an object or complement. In fact, in English, what you call complemento, we call object. Okay? If a verb is intransitive, it can be alone. So, for example, if I say, it rained, that's okay. I don't need an object. I don't need to say it rained on the streets because I know where rain goes, so I don't need to say it explicitly. Observing, the man stopped observing, is transitive. It requires an object. Sylvia, is there an object in this
No.
sentence?
No.
No. So it doesn't work. We have to use a different verb. So observing is the right idea, but it's intransitive. I'm sorry, it's transitive. And there's no observing. There's no thing that he's observing. So we have to use a different verb. Can you give us a second version? Without observing. Try a second version. He stopped.
Peer? I don't know peer.
We used peering already. We used it.
Okay.
So not peer, but you're right. It's got to be a long look. What word did we not use that has a long look?
Witness?
Well,
No.
that's not the same as peer, though. Peer's the right idea, but we already used it. What's the other word that means exactly the same as peer? One that we haven't used before. We used gaze, so we can't use gaze. So we used peer and we used gaze, and there's one word that means the exact same as gaze and peer. Do you know what it is?
No. Stare?
Stare. Suddenly, the first man stopped
Staring?
staring through his telescope is correct. Very good. Jose, finish it up for us. He went.
Okay. He went and hit the other one on the head with the telescope, and I realized that I had witnessed
Good.
a crime.
Very good. I had witnessed a crime. So witness is another, it's another seeing word, but it's something that we would say if it was about a crime. You know, you could be a witness for a police or for a court decision or something like that. Very good. Let's take a look at the answers. I glanced out of the window and noticed a man observing at the house opposite. Right? I thought I glimpsed a woman inside. Then I saw someone peering into the window of the same house. I gazed at them, wondering what they were doing. Suddenly, the first man stopped staring through his telescope, went and hit the other man on the head with the telescope, and realized I had witnessed a crime. There you can see all the people staring. Look at them. Ooh, makes me nervous. Look at those people staring. Okay, very good, very good. So let's do the same with the other senses. These are going to be a little bit shorter. Hearing. The following scale relates to the sense of hearing and how loud things are. Let's go from quiet, from the least loud to the most loud. Look at those words, and Sylvia, tell me which word goes in the box on the far left. Which is the least loud of all? What do you think?
So what's the order?
Least
Loud,
loud to the
loud,
most loud.
Deafening. The most one is deafening.
So
Deafening.
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 Okay. So that goes on the right side, deafening.
Yes.
Okay. Jose, what goes on the far, far, far left side? What's
On
the
the far, far,
opposite?
far left side, I think the word is noiseless.
Noiseless. Okay. So now we got the two ends. Noiseless on the left, deafening on the right. Now we got to go through the middle. After noiseless, Sylvia, what do you think is the next one?
Um,
Not noiseless, but
Noisy.
no, because that
Silent.
silent. I think so too. So noiseless and silent are on the left side of the scale. That means almost, or that means no noise. Good. Jose, what do you think goes after silent, right in the middle? So this is
After
right in the
silent,
center.
after
Yeah,
silent, I think
box number 3.
yes.
So now we're starting
After silent, I think the correct word is quiet.
quiet. Okay, so that means a little bit of noise. Okay, good.
Yes, a little bit of noise.
Okay, in the fourth box, Sylvia, after quiet, what do you think?
Mm, mm, mm.
So now we're more towards the deafening side. We got two boxes.
Noisy.
Noisy. Okay, and after noisy, Jose? What's after noisy? In
After
box
noisy,
6.
loud.
Loud. Okay, and here are your answers. There are your answers. Exactly right. And you can see all those people dealing with the deafening cries of the baby on the subway or wherever. Maybe they're in an airplane. Look at that. Has that ever happened to you? Okay,
Yes.
so for the next couple, I want you just to read about these next 2 or 3. Just read them, and then I'm going to test you with some activities. So taste. Sylvia, I want you to read taste for us.
Some different tastes with an example of a typical food: sweet, honey; salty, crepes; bitter, strong coffee; sour, vinegar; spicy, Indian food.
Hang on, let me
If
just correct the pronunciation. Salty crisps.
salty, crisps;
Good. 2 S's. Crisps. Like that. Okay, very good. Sour. 2 syllables. Sour.
what is sour?
It's the
Sour,
good.
sour,
Vinegar.
vinegar.
Okay, good. So those 2 words. Crisps and sour. Okay. Continue, please, Sylvia.
If you say something tastes hot, it may mean spicy rather than not cold. Food can be tasty, but tasteful is used to refer to furnishing, architecture, or a style of dressing or behavior. The opposite of both is tasteless.
Okay, so be aware that these words have different meanings. Sylvia, what is something or somebody tasteless? What comes to mind?
Mm-mm-mm.
Because it says it can refer
Since
to architecture, so what's tasteless?
without a style, proper style.
Like what? Give us an example. Is there any tasteless architecture that comes to your mind?
Mm-mm-mm. No,
No? Why is that? All architecture is great?
no, of course.
Okay.
Okay, full suspect, yes, no, yeah.
Do you think that the...
There's a lot of modern architecture, especially in the 60s, that are tasteless.
Oh, great. Can you think of an example? Because when I think of tasteless, I think of like the design of a fast food restaurant is pretty tasteless, you
No,
know?
I was thinking about a really high building in the peripheral area of an Italian city
Oh, yeah?
that are
Oh,
really
oh,
high
okay.
without,
Yeah, like those housing projects, like those
yes,
19 kind of 50s Vertical rectangles. Yeah. I see what you mean. Okay, good. So just to show you that these words can be used in a different way, in a more metaphorical way. Tasteful, maybe maybe La Scala is a tastefully designed building. Maybe it's a bit ostentatious, but tasteful, perhaps. And urban renewal housing is tasteless, maybe. Okay, very good. What can you read about touch, Jose?
Okay, touch. Some good verbs for describing different ways of touching. She nervously fingered her
That collar.
collar,
That's the
collar.
thing around your neck
Yes,
when you have a shirt
yes,
like this. This is your
collar.
collar. That's your
Yes.
collar. Okay.
Okay.
By the way,
Yeah.
notice my guide to petting a cat. So as you look at touch, notice the special guide to petting the cat, where you can touch the cat. Think about that. Okay, keep going, Jose.
Okay. She tapped him on the shoulder. She grabbed her bag and ran. Please handle the goods with great care. The secretaries complained that their boss was always pawing them.
This
He
one is this one is pawing.
was
Pawing.
always pawing them.
Yeah,
Pawing them.
touching them like an animal.
Okay.
Pawing. Okay?
He stroked the car and petted the dog.
The dog? Uh-oh.
The dog. The dog.
Yes, good. Not
The
the
dog.
dog. The
Not the
dog.
dog. The dog.
Good.
He grasped my hand and we ran. It's rude to snatch. Press the button.
All of these are ways to talk about touching. And there's
Okay.
my guide to stroking the cat. Where can you stroke the cat, Jose? Look at the picture. Can you stroke the cat on the tail?
Stroke the cat.
Can you stroke the cat on the tail?
On the tail. No.
No, because it says,
I just touch the tail.
maybe.
Yeah.
Can you stroke the cat on the cat butt? Look, yes. Go
Yes.
for it. Okay. So stroking is like a long, smooth touch. Patting is like a quick touch. Boink, boink, boink,
Okay.
boink, boink. You're patting the head of the dog. Okay, in fact, let me see if I can just give you a quick example in case there's any questions about this. Quick example. Look at me. I'm
Okay.
stroking the teacher. Look, stroking the teacher. See? Now
Okay.
I'm patting the teacher. Ooh,
Yes.
see? Patting the teacher. What else do we have there? Go back to the page. Oops. Oh, here we go. Fingering the collar, because I'm using my fingers here. Tapping on the shoulder. Grabbing something.
Yes.
Handling, I'm handling the bag. Usually
Okay.
there's a handle on the bag. What else? Grasp. If we both hold on, we're grasping hands. Press the button, I think, is easily. And what else? Snatch. Snatch. Quick grab. Okay? So just to give you a quick idea, we're going to see these in the exercise in a minute, but just to give you a quick idea of the difference between some of these. And by the way, let's say a quick hello to Sun. Hello, Sun. Welcome back.
Yeah, hello, teacher.
Ooh, I can't hear you. You're very quiet.
Yeah, so I will correct it.
You're very, very, very quiet. It sounds like you're a million miles away. Okay, we got one more to look at, which is smell. Let's see. How's your microphone now? Son, did you fix it?
I am.
Your volume is...
Hello.
that's better.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you read through this slide quickly before we do our exercises? The smell slide. Can you read that for us?
Me.
Yeah.
Okay. Smell. These adjectives describe how something smells: stinking, evil smelling, smelly, aromatic. scented, fragrant, fragrant, sweet, uh,
Fragrant.
fragrant,
Good.
fragrant, sweet smelling, perfumed,
Okay, with any kind of a U word, there's always an
perfume,
E or a Y before the U. So not perfumed, but perfume. Perfume.
perfume,
Very good.
perfume,
That's it.
perfume,
What's something aromatic, son? What's something
aromatic.
aromatic?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, what's
Sorry.
something that smells very strongly and is probably a good smell?
Yeah. Strongly and good smell. Okay.
What's an example of something that smells strong and good?
Like coffee.
Okay, good. Coffee has an aromatic smell. It's very strong. Very good.
Yeah.
That could be aromatic. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Something stinking. Your dog runs around in the puddles in the rain, and he comes in stinking. Do your dogs stink, Sylvia?
Yes, a lot.
The smell of wet dog is an evil smelling thing. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's try some of these words, these sense words. Okay. Oh, I forgot the sixth sense. Oh, I forgot. Sylvia, can you read through the sixth sense for us?
Different phenomena which a person with sixth sense may experience. Telepathy, ghosts, UFOs,
What?
premonition, UFOs,
UFOs? No.
UFOs,
UFOs.
UFOs,
Not
premonition, UFOs,
good.
premonitions, intuition, déjà vu.
Right. Not UFOs, but UFOs. Because it's an acronym for, or it's an abbreviation of unidentified flying objects. Now, these six senses can be used in metaphorical ways. Like you could say to someone, "Oh my God, do you have telepathy? How did you know what I wanted?" Then they could say, "Because you come to the same restaurant every day and order the same thing." Premonitions is another good one. Intuition, good. Deja vu, good. Ghost UFOs, I don't know what to do with those. But the other ones could be used in a more metaphorical way. Jose, have you ever experienced deja vu?
No.
No?
Deja vu? What is deja vu mean?
Deja vu means the feeling that you are living an event that you have already lived through. This is a
Mm.
very common feeling, a very common psychological phenomenon. You're talking and you remember saying those exact words at another time for some reason. The feeling of deja vu, for example. Have you ever experienced deja vu, son?
Uh, Me?
Yeah, you're the only
Oh,
son here.
yeah. Okay.
Have you
These
ever had have you ever had the strange feeling that you've done something before as you're doing
these
it?
yeah, déjà vu. I cannot hear clearly about the meaning of déjà vu. You just explain.
So for example,
So yeah,
example, you're in this class
yeah,
and we're reading the slide about the sixth sense,
yeah.
and you remember reading this slide before. You remember talking about the sixth sense. It's very,
Ah,
very familiar.
yes.
It's
Okay.
that's deja vu. This feeling
Mm.
that something is really familiar, like you've done it many times before. That's deja vu. Have you ever experienced deja vu?
Yes.
We all have, haven't we? I'm having it
Yeah.
right now.
Uh-huh. What is
About
your feeling?
It happens all the time actually. Okay, let's see if we can put some of this into context. Make a sentence using any of these verbs. Look, sound, taste, touch, smell. plus an adjective about situations, like this. You see a film about the Rocky Mountains. They look magnificent. Sylvia, you come downstairs in the morning and smell fresh coffee. What would you say?
It smell. It is strange.
Maybe, or it smells, fresh. Remember that word that Sun used
Fresh
about the coffee?
coffee.
Remember the word that he used about coffee? It has a strong smell, right? So it, what?
Sour.
Sour? No,
Sour.
sour is like in
Vinegar.
yeah, right. How does coffee smell? It smells what? Does it smell
Bitter.
good or bad?
Uh, for me, it's good.
For you, it's good.
It's
So
nice.
it smells good.
It smells good.
That could be your sentence. Sun used the word before. We were talking about aromatic, right?
Oh, aromatic. Yes.
So you could say that. Oh, it smells kind of aromatic. That means a very strong and probably good smell. Jose, a friend has just had her hair cut.
Yes. A friend has just had her hair cut. It
It looks.
it looks
What do you say to
it
her?
looks yes. It looks it looks
You're talking to
uh,
Sylvia now. Be careful.
smooth.
Sylvia just had her hair cut. Her hair looks smooth?
No,
Wait a second. What do you say to a woman after she gets her hair cut? What do you say?
Pay a lot of attention because it will be really dangerous.
It's very dangerous here, Jose. What do you say to your wife after she has a haircut?
mm,
Hey, you look
you looks you look handsome or pretty
pretty. Yeah, not handsome. Handsome is for men.
for my pretty.
You look pretty. It looks pretty. Absolutely. Sylvia, is pretty good enough?
Yes.
It's
She
okay?
look
Okay.
okay.
We've got someone in the chat where they're saying more beautiful than ever. Exactly. Jose, you got to choose your words carefully. You say, "Oh, it looks ravishing, more beautiful than ever." Pretty, I
Okay.
don't think that's going to cut it. Mr. Sun, you hear the record that is the top of the pops. That means you hear the song that is at the top of the charts. What do you say about it using one of those verbs? You hear a new song. It's the song that everybody's singing, Sun. When it comes on the radio, what do you say? Hello, Sun?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Number 3, you hear
Me?
the record or the song that is the top of the pops. That means the most popular song on the radio. What do you say when you hear it?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, sorry. I go out a little bit, then I come back. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Look at number
Yeah,
3.
yeah. You hear this the record that is the top of the pops.
Right.
Um,
The
it
most popular song.
it sound what? It sound diva p. No. I feel.
Uh-huh.
I hear you here. No. I feel diva. I forget the word.
Want to write it?
Um. No. You just explain the word of the just lie you just show me that
Yeah?
the feeling you this feel similar similar you yeah diva yeah no yeah right no down okay yeah right yeah you right
Nope. Deja vu.
deja vu okay
Not D.
D,
Day. Day.
deja, de, deja vu.
Careful.
It's
The letter J is ja.
ja,
Deja vu.
okay, deja vu. Okay,
Perfect. Very
yeah,
good. Very good. Oh, I feel. I'm not. Here's how you would say it. You would say, "I am having deja vu. I'm
I am
having
have,
deja vu."
yeah, okay,
That's
yeah,
it. Very good. Very
yeah,
good. Good
yeah,
recycling of vocabulary. You could also say, "Hey, that song sounds brilliant."
yeah,
Right? That sounds brilliant. I love that song. That sounds great. That sounds fantastic.
yeah,
Okay? So this
yeah,
is just a little example of how you can use adjectives and adverbs along with these sense words: look, sound, taste, smell, etc.
yeah,
Um, let's try one more before we run out of time here. We got off to a late start, so we're not going to be able to do everything, but let's try one more. Which of the verbs in B suggests looking? Let's see if I can do this right, because where is B here? I'm missing a little page. Give me just a second here. B is the sight words. Okay, so let's go back. B stands for the sight words. In slide B, which was over here, whoops, there, or you can see them in big letters here. So this is slide B. Sorry, there's no letter on the screen, but this is what I meant. Witness, see, gaze, glance, notice, stare, observe, glimpse, and peer. Okay? So my question is, which of the verbs in that slide suggest looking on as a crime or accident occurs?
Witnessed.
To witness.
Witness.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Which of those words suggest looking closely, finding it hard to make things out?
Observe.
Not observe. Remember, the key here is
Mm.
see. See. A long time see it because it's dark. Or we'll come back to it. We'll come back to number 2. Look at number 3. Which of those sight words suggest looking in a scientific way? To be unemotional. What do scientists do when they look through a microscope? They
Observe.
observe. That's it. A big telescope is called an observatory. So, scientists observe. Number 4, which suggests looking quickly?
Glance.
Glance. Good. Which suggests looking fixedly? Looking for a long time without changing your eyes.
Stare or
Stare.
peer.
Stare.
Stare. Stare.
Stare. Number 2, looking closely, finding it hard to make things out. That one is peer.
Peer.
Okay. A dog will peer at you with his head to the side because he's confused. To stare for a long time because you can't fully understand things. Okay? And we're a little bit over time, but we can do one last one if you want to stick around for just a minute. Okay? Place the unnamed word. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's take a look. We've got this exercise. On the following page, I have exercises about taste. And then here, I've got the sixth sense over here. I think that's it. Yeah. So I think what we're going to have to do is this. We're kind of over time, and you have other places to go. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have to stop here. But I have a proposition for you, which is this. On Friday, I'll give you another chance to work with this vocabulary because I'm going to be doing a language games class. So what I'd like you to do is study the slide. I'll put the answers on the last page. Try the other exercises on your own. Check yourself. Any questions? Send me a message through the message window. On Friday, maybe I can add this, okay? In language games, we're going to be playing pronunciation journeys, but I can also make one of the journeys words that have to do with different ways of seeing, hearing, and touching as well. You'll see how we play. Okay, so you'll get another chance to recycle this vocabulary Friday at 11 GMT. Okay, try it on your own. I'll put the answers there in about 1 hour. Check back in 1 hour. If there's any questions, send it to me. Come back on Friday, and I'll give you another chance to practice with this vocabulary. Sound like a deal?
Okay.
Okay. Try to try to come into class a little bit earlier so we can get done on time. A little bit earlier. Okay. All right. Bye for now, everyone.
Okay.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Take care.